Coronavirus. COVID-19. We all know it. It is a global pandemic. And now, for however many months we've been in quarantine, I've personally lost count. But through all these months of darkness and despair, there is now one small ray of hope. 3 academics, Dana Small, Rachel Hertz, and Teresa White. Let's zoom in on those first 2 people. While both Dana and Rachel work at their respective American universities, they are both fellow Canadians. Now, one day, Ms. Small and Ms. Hertz met with their friend Teresa White on a Zoom cocktail party. In quarantine, of course, as we're all in during this pandemic. And they started talking about the pandemic and some recent studies that had came out. Around the time of their little cocktail meetup back in March of 2020, some new reports started coming out that perhaps losing one's sense of smell or taste could be a possible symptom of coronavirus. More and more research was done into if losing one's sense of smell or taste was in any way a sign of having coronavirus. One study from Western University and Lawson Health Research Institute, both from London, Ontario, stated that more than 60% of COVID-19 patients experience anosmia, and that is often the first symptom of the disease, end quote. That same study, though, did state that some more research may be necessary to officially state that anosmia is a symptom of COVID-19. These 3 ladies are all very, very knowledgeable about our human sense of smell, what triggers what responses in the body. And they kind of began just brainstorming some ideas about a DIY test someone could administer to themselves to see if they were maybe losing their sense of smell and maybe see if they had the virus through that. Here's some groundbreaking information. Stuff smells. Obviously, things have odors, but certain things produce certain odors that produce certain responses within our minds. And it takes a Canadian to know that stuff. I don't know if the test has a particular name, but I'm going to go ahead and call it the peanut butter experiment. I call it the peanut butter experiment because, well, that's sort of the main component in this experiment. You know that peanut butter stuff? It is a very, very special food item. Smelling peanut butter triggers 2 main responses in our body. It triggers our sense of smell, of course, but it also fires the trigeminal nerve. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. The trigeminal nerve, which controls our senses of pain and tickle. And as far as the little bit of research that I've done and these academics that I've been talking about, as far as they know, peanut butter is sort of the one special food item, the one special ingredient that can fire these senses simultaneously, at least one of the few things that can do it. Here are the 3 simple steps to this test. Number 1, you sniff peanut butter. Number 2, you rate the strength of the peanut butter's odor. Maybe a 1 to 10 system, something like that. Then number 3, you sniff some vinegar. That acts as a control. Why vinegar? Well, it also fires your trigeminal nerve. You're not testing how well you can smell the vinegar. You're just testing how well you can smell the peanut butter. But the vinegar is there as a control, a sort of measuring stick to the smelling of the peanut butter. Now, this stuff all sounds great. This test is easy, it's right in your house, but here's the problem. You need to get some funding to, make sure that this test is really accurate. Because if you think about it, this test is a nice thought, and a few people have tried it, but really we can't be 100% sure. And in science, you gotta be 100% sure, especially when we're dealing with this global pandemic. But well, due to the sort of slowness of the application and scientific grant process for all that sort of stuff, well, Dana Small and Rachel Hertz aren't going to be able to get any funding to sort of test their little COVID test until at least the fall. So this episode a little bit bittersweet, but On the bright side, our fellow Canadians still had a great idea, a test that is literally in your kitchen cabinet. That could really help save a lot of lives in this global pandemic. But for now, well, we're just kind of left with this little video just giving our fellow Canadians some props. And of course, if this brought up some Canadian pride in your chest, just wait till next time. See you later. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Make everyone you know aware. Thank you for watching.